Alright, so in this video we have Dave Portnoy and Justin Gaethje getting into it on Twitter over Paddy Pimblett's win and Paddy asking for the fight of the night bonus. If you remember, Dave Portnoy put out this video, this really cringy video, of him and some of the other Barstool guys and Paddy running up to Dana White and asking for the fight of the night bonus afterwards, which was one of the most delusional things I've ever seen. He didn't even deserve to win the fight. He performed really poorly. I think most people are disappointed in his performance, but he was up there saying the fight wasn't even close and that he easily won the first 2 rounds. Then he has the audacity to run up to Dana and ask for the fight of the night bonus. And this is right after he had Dana on his podcast and he's kissing Dana's ass, talking about how UFC fighters are paid what they're worth and people need to stop complaining about UFC fighters not getting paid enough.
Talk about fighter pay. We get paid what you're worth. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
It annoys me when people talk about fighter pay. We get paid what we're worth. Know what I mean?
Yeah, fighters get paid what they're worth, and you're not worth the fight of the night bonus. And it's insulting to even ask for it after that performance. I don't know if I've ever seen a rise and fall this fast. This man went from being one of the most beloved fighters to one of the most hated in less than a week. Alright, so now let's get into the Dave Portnoy, Justin Gaethje drama. This is the video that started it. So Justin Gaethje responded to this. He said, "This makes the Barstool guys look really bad. Just bending over for the lad. Fight of the night. Barstool can give him $50K, but that performance will never get you a bonus in the octagon." And then one of the Barstool guys who's in the video asking for the fight of the night bonus, he responded and he said, "We were joking." Then Justin Gaethje said, "Which part?" He responded again, "Fight of the night." It very clearly wasn't. So I guess now they're claiming this is a joke, which is hilarious because what's the joke? That he did so bad that it's funny to ask for the fight of the night bonus? And I could tell you Paddy definitely wasn't joking. He wanted that bonus for sure. Unless all this is a joke, unless he knows he lost and he just thinks it's funny to act like he won maybe. But I think it's just more likely that he's delusional and Barstool has him on a contract, so they have to hype him up and try to make people think that he's actually a good fighter. But now it sounds like Barstool doesn't even think he's that good because they think it's funny that he's asking for the fight of the night bonus when he clearly doesn't deserve it. The whole thing is just embarrassing, and Paddy brought it all on himself. Like the podcast he did with Dana, he's bragging about his contract with Barstool. He's talking about how he got $1 million contract after his 2nd or 3rd fight. And he was also talking about how he's got a huge social media presence now and how he's going to be making even more money after the Jared Gordon fight. And he's saying all this to make it seem like it's easy to make money in the UFC because he wants to suck up to Dana. But people don't like hearing this stuff, especially if you're a fan favorite and you're supposed to be this relatable, humble guy. And if you are going to say this, you better back it up when you go to fight, which he obviously didn't. So now people just think he's some greedy egomaniac, and the only thing he has going for himself is he's the villain now and people hate him. They know he's a bad fighter, but they want to see him get knocked out and humbled. Alright, so now let's get back on track. Back to the Dave and Justin beef. This is probably one of the goofiest Twitter exchanges ever. Dave Portnoy responded to Justin after he talked about the fight of the night thing, and Dave said, "People are telling me that Justin Gaethje was recently seen hanging out with a warlord accused of brutal crimes against humanity, so it's hypocritical for him to say we look bad for supporting Paddy when he supports a warlord. I'm going to take the high road and not mention it. Hashtag Davey High Road." So I love how he phrases this, like people are telling me, and I'm not going to mention this, I'm going to take the high road, even though he just mentioned it. Like he's trying to make it sound like I'm not saying this, people are just telling me this, I'm just a messenger, don't yell at me. Because then Justin Gaethje responds and he says, "That's an outright lie and slander, never met the guy, go F yourself." And Dave responds and he says, "I said people are saying it, I intentionally didn't say it, I took the high road, but the entire internet world are saying it, I won't post where I saw it, so this is just getting ridiculous." And then Justin responds and he says, "I might take the high road when I see you at one of those events." And then Dave says, "Get in line." So what Dave was referring to there about the warlord thing that he took the high road with and didn't mention, he was referring to the leader of Chechnya. I guess he invited Justin and some other UFC fighters to come visit and shoot guns and stuff. And when Justin said never met the guy, go F yourself, in response somebody posted the picture of him at like the facility shooting guns, and Justin just responded and said that was fun. So they all did get a lot of backlash from this, even though Justin does claim he never met the guy, but he's still there attending his son's birthday party, and there's him taking a picture with his son, I think. So, I mean, I don't know if he met the guy, but he was definitely hanging around there, which a lot of people are upset about. So, this whole back and forth with him and Dave Portnoy was just so ridiculous. And then Dave put out one more tweet just summarizing his back and forth with Justin. He said, a quick recap of tonight's exchange with Justin Gaethje. He talks shit about me for supporting Paddy. I respond by saying it may be hypocritical to throw stones when people are saying he hung around with a brutal dictator a few weeks ago. He threatened to beat me up. So maybe Dave's setting this up for a Justin Paddy fight, possibly, which Paddy would definitely lose, but it'd probably be like a main event or a co-main event at least, and he'd probably make some good money from it. And, you know, being like the enemy of everybody, being the villain, isn't a terrible thing. But if you want to get anywhere with that, you need to be able to back it up. You can't be just talking all this trash and acting like you're a gift to the sport and you're hyping yourself up and everything and go out there and have a below average performance. But then after the fight, you act like you kicked ass and you deserve to win that and it wasn't even close. That's just not going to work. It just seems cringy. And the only people that will defend that behavior are the people that are paying him $1 million. And even them, I guess they were joking and they know his fight wasn't that good. So I don't know. I don't know where Paddy's going to go from here. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Then hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you at the next video.